Hello everyone. So in this video we will be discussing what is a variable, what is a variable, how do we create one, and what are the use cases of variables. But before we start learning variables, we have to understand data types. So let us discuss uh, what are the data types. So you can think of data types as the name suggests, type of the data. This type can be anything, for example, a text, a number, a decimal number, or a list, etc. So, programming languages have their own terms for each of these data types. For example, for text, we use the term string. For number, we use integer. For a decimal number, we use float or double. And for a list or a collection, the term is list, map, etc. Okay, so what is a variable? You can think of a variable as a storage that is used for storing some kind of data, or I should say some type of data. This data can be of these types that we have already discussed. It can be a text, it can be a number, a decimal, or a list, or a collection. Okay, so how do we create a variable? Let's see it in action. Let's create our main block. So how to create a variable? Okay, so the first thing that we have to write is data type. We have already discussed what are the data types that we can use. After that, we have to write the name of our variable. For example, my underscore var. I should say name of the variable. After that, we will use assignment operator, that is equal to, and here we write the value that we want to store in this variable and semicolon at the end. Let's create a variable. Okay, so if I want to create a variable to store some kind of text, for example, my name. As we have discussed, for text we use the term string. So here we will write string, then the name of the variable, let's say my underscore name, then equals operator or assignment operator, then the value. Now a string comes with quotation marks. So let's say my name Mohit. Now I can create another variable, but this time I want to show a number. So for a number we use the type integer. In Dart, for integer we write int. Let's say int my age, the name of my variable, assignment operator, and the number. The number comes without quotation marks. So for example, 23 and semicolon at the end. Now let's use these variables. I can use print statement, and in this print statement, I can provide my variable name. For example, my underscore name, or I can also print my underscore age. So let's discuss how our compiler executes these instructions. So let's say our compiler will execute this line number 22. It will store Mohib in a variable called myname. After that, it will execute line number 23 and store 23 in my age. After that, line number 25 will be executed, and it will see that we are printing a variable called my underscore name. At this point, the compiler will fetch the value of this variable. So in this case, Mohib, it fetches this value and puts it right here. Same for line number 26. It sees that I am printing a variable called my underscore age, and it knows that my underscore age is a variable. It goes to that variable, fetches its value, 23 in this case, and puts it right here. After that, it executes these print statements. Let's undo the changes and run our program. So we write dart and the file name and press enter. And here we go. We have Mohib and 23 in the output. Now let us discuss, why do we use variables? What are the use cases of a variable? Let's say somewhere in my program, I am printing my name, for example, 20 times. So let's remove this and print my name, that is Mohib, 20 times. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 20 times. So this will work fine. There is no problem in it. Let's run this and dot get it up and enter. As you can see, we have Mohib printed 20 times. Now let's say uh, I want to change this name. So how do we do that? Okay, it's easy. We go to each print statement and update this value. For example, Mohib, with Mohib, I want to add Ahmed. So I wrote Ahmed here, then after that Ahmed, then after that here, and so on. So I will be updating each of my print statement. With variables, this becomes so much easier because with variables, we write our value once. So let's take an example. I'm printing this variable. So let's run this program first. Okay, so here we go. So we are getting the same result. But now, if I want to update my name, for example, I want to add Ahmad, I have to update only this value. And now, if I run the program again, I'm getting the updated value. So this is one of the use cases of variables. We will be discussing more use cases in the future.